I'm Matt.
And I'm Bianca.
And we're from everybodyswing.com. And we get a lot of questions about swinging, so we thought we'd just start off answering them. Okay, what's the first one?
Okay, so Tina asks, how did we get into swinging? It's kind of, I don't know, there was nothing official. There was no paperwork signed or anything. It just kind of happened. We talked about it for a while. We talked about, we wanted to have a threesome. I think that's kind of how it started. We discussed having a threesome.
Everybody fantasies about that. Yeah.
And in the middle of that, we were also planning our summer vacation, and we really wanted to go somewhere where there were not only were we not bringing kids, that nobody else brought their kids, because who wants to deal with that on vacation?
Yeah, so I'd actually looked online for vacations that were adults only, and there's actually quite a few of them. It's becoming very popular.
Well, when we had started out, though, it was just adults only, not, it wasn't necessarily like a swinging desires type place. It was mild in comparison.
Yeah.
We were just specifically looking for something that there were no children allowed. It was all inclusive and a little bit sexy too, we wanted to be a little bit daring because we were kind of moving that direction in our lives.
So the most important word I was looking for when I was searching online was topless. Her term daring, my term topless.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. Because she just had those done, and we wanted to show them off. So.
And did we?
we did. So anyway, so this was a place called Temptations down in Cancun, and there's a link to it on our there's a link to it on our website, and. So we went there, and it was a week long, beautiful place.
And we're talkers. We talk to each other a lot, and we, discuss the fact that, okay, we're going to this place, are you going to feel comfortable taking your top off? And I was like, I think so, but as long as, I'm not someone's making me feel like I have to take it off or whatever, if I'm still comfortable having it on, then that's okay. I mean, I want to move at my own pace. And he was absolutely okay with that. But then we'd also talked about the fact that, what happens if someone, wants to, And so we discussed a lot of what could happen, what couldn't happen, all the different scenarios and what were we okay with. And I think that and no matter what you're doing is really important, that you have open communication with your partner.
Yeah, so we were talking to a lot of people, and that place seemed to have a lot of people that were interested in swinging, or a lot of wives that were like, hey, we're on vacation. Wouldn't it be cool if I got together with another girl? Because I've always wanted to get to with another girl, or I had this one time in college, but that was years ago, and I want to do it again. And so we talked to a lot of people like that. Luckily, we ended up having a conversation with this couple from England who was very hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people in Europe tend to be a lot more open about sex than people in the United States.
We're so stuffy.
Yeah. And so we were talking to them, and they just flat out said, hey, so what are you guys into? And we're like, well, we're on vacation. We'd like to do some stuff, but we're not sure what. And we're thinking about, maybe, soft swapping and going from there, see what happens. And they're like, well, we just happen to be swingers, and we're into everything. So and we're like, okay, well, if you don't mind the fact that Bianca had never been with another woman before, she was curious, and the lady's like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll enjoy every minute of it. And so we went up to our room, and the girls got together first.
Had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't want to kiss and tell too much.
No, we had a really good time though.
But ended up soft swapping.
The best thing about it though was the fact that they had done it before and they were really comfortable. Mm-hmm. And not only were they comfortable within the swinging aspect of it, but also they were really comfortable in the fact that we were new and they were, teaching us, guiding us. Very gentle.
Yeah, and after that we were like, wow, that was awesome.
He was literally that night probably, or maybe it was the next day, online, 5 minutes later, online, looking up, where can we do this? How can we do this?
When we get home, how can I meet people like this? Because sex with others is fun.
Yeah, so he was literally, on top of that, the rest of the vacation, he was like, yeah. So, and then finding out where we have places locally and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, so the most important thing is that, I think that we found was that we were glad that we ended up with someone who knew what they were doing.
yeah.
I think the most awkward thing would have been if we would have ended up with another couple that was like us, that was like, I want to, but I have no idea. This is so awkward and weird that I have no idea how to get into this.
And we sort of had that. I mean, we had a few couples there that like, they wanted to, but they weren't sure how to ask, when you're getting into it, you're more nervous, I think. I mean, and I'm sure it varies couple to couple, but, going up to a couple who's never done it, as a couple who's never done anything, going up to another couple who's never done anything, and you're just kind of like, I don't know where to go. And maybe that's just Americans, I don't know, but from the people we've talked to, it seems fairly common that when you're new to it, you don't really know where to start and how to start that conversation. As so, do you swing?
Yeah, and the most important thing is to be open with each other. When you first are talking about it or thinking about it, it's a very awkward conversation, and it's very hard to figure out how to get into it. But once you've done it and you had a good experience and everybody was happy afterward, which is important, that you're not having jealousy issues or anything like that, then it opens up a whole new world, and it's awesome.
Well, and that was one thing too, that as soon as, because the way that our situation worked was, we were downstairs at the bar, we had the conversation with the other couple, they gave us a few minutes to go to our room and make sure that, I don't know what they thought we were doing, but we were in there going, okay, what are our limits? What do we want out of this? Are you sure you're okay with this? Are you going to be okay? We were discussing our feelings before it even started. And this happens every time we have we go somewhere, if it's a party, and even if we didn't even have do something with someone, if it was just, maybe the two of us got together or we just watched or whatever, we always, the whole way home, we'll stop, for breakfast maybe, or just drive home, and we discuss everything from what we liked, what we didn't like, was there a pushy guy that I was like irritated with, or, whatever. We discuss the whole thing. So it's like we decompress the situation too when it's over, to find out where we're at and where we want to go. And what we learned after we discussed our situation this last time, or the first time, was that we were totally okay with it, and we both felt like, I could have gone further. I could have done more than just a soft swap. So you have to discuss, I think, every single time you do something with someone, and maybe as you get into, years and years down the road, you don't need to, but for us, I mean, not only is it a sexy conversation, you're recounting everything that happened. I mean, you got tons in your brain for your spank bank later.
And I've used it.
Yeah, but so you're not forgetting those details because you're discussing everything. Something maybe he didn't catch that you were like, ooh, she did that one thing,
That's right.
But so I think it's important to discuss how you felt afterwards and where you want to go. Is this your limit? This is like, this is what we did was where I want to stop. This is perfect for me right now. But if you don't discuss it every time, then what's going to happen is maybe down the road after you've had several different experiences, you're like, I would go further, but I don't know if he wants to go further, and I don't want him to feel jealous, so I don't want to say anything. So if you get into the habit of discussing after every single experience, then it never becomes awkward. At least I don't think it has. It's never been awkward for us.
No, it hasn't been awkward for us.
We've been so candid with each other, which is important. I've not hid any feelings as far as if there was a guy that creeped me out or just I didn't like, whatever. I tell him everything about the entire experience, and he does the same. And I expect that we would do that for the rest of our swinging career.
Yeah. 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 And next time we'll go into a little bit more, if you don't know the difference between full swapping and soft swapping, we'll kind of go into some definitions there, and talk about a couple of different things. But most importantly, if you have any questions for us, go to our website, everybodyswing.com. And you can write us an email, or you can even send something in the comment section here that you might have a question for us. We'll be honest with you. This is something that we wish more people would get into. It's the coolest thing that we've ever been a part of.
And I think it's been the best thing for our marriage, too.
Yeah, we weren't particularly having problems with our marriage before, but wow, it's like way up here now.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
And you're looking at us in our queen bed. I think we need to get a larger one, though.
We do. We've discussed getting a larger one so we can fit more people in it.
Yeah, that's important. All right. All right, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks, bye.